Hello, say hello if you pop in. I'm just turning my thing on mute. So I knew who came in. Sorry you're hearing me munch. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Anna. I literally just put corn nuts in my mouth. Sorry for the crunching. How are you guys today? Hey, Hannah. I meant to text you today about, the eBay thing that I screwed up the other day. Well, I'm very happy to say that the buyer, first of all, the buyer that I sent both of them to it was great they were honest, because they could have said nothing and I would never have known that I did that, But number two, when I was trying to figure out what to do or the easiest way to handle it, yeah, for sure. But she was like, listen, you don't just let me send it directly to them instead of her try to send it to me and me then try to send it them, because the packing slip was in there. So it's not like she didn't know what address to send it to. And then I didn't have to do anything at all except cancel my shipping on the other customer that I did it wrong to. And then she paid for shipping to send it to them. And then I reimbursed her on Venmo. So I didn't even have to do anything in eBay. You know what I mean? And then I sent them both like a thank you card for their patience, and the other customer just for their willing. She was just so willing to help. She was to fix my stupid mistake. So it worked out as good as it could have worked out. I sent each of them a pair of sterling silver earrings in the mail. Hey there, Rachel's Beads. How are you? I don't need to ask Rachel's Beads her name because I can assume it's Rachel. You were the one who had such a lovely comment today on my, you had watched my kind of history, or like my story about how I got into jewelry. And you and I are kind of similar in that way. It kind of came from our family. So that was pretty cool to hear your story too. It's pretty neat. Hey, Julia, how are you? I know you're so excited. It's in the mail. It's gone. If you're the only one I've shipped, I did it just for you. It's perfect and so exciting. I threw a little extra something in there as well for you as a little surprise. So, yeah, hopefully you'll love that. You know what I mean? So welcome in, everybody. This is Curry. Hello. And I am with Cherish Relics Boutique. This is the name right here. And that's my name on District, if you're new here. I also have a YouTube channel that's the exact same name, Cherish Relics Boutique, that has a lot of unboxings and, hauls and unjarrings and kind of all that business on my normal videos. But then you can also click on the text portion of my YouTube, not text, the live portion of my YouTube channel. And there's lots of these lives on District that are also on there to view. So that is annoying. I do not want my ring light shining on that picture. What can I do? Turn it down, turn it up? I don't know. I didn't mean for that ring light to show. How annoying. Well, that's good enough. We can deal with it, right? Oh, how annoying. I didn't even think about, hey, I could like put something over the corner so it doesn't flash. Hold on, I got to do that. It will drive me nuts. It'll look ugly, but otherwise it'll drive me nuts. So I literally would just grab something. I know, it's stupid that I even care, but maybe that will. How's that for you? I don't know if you're watching on a phone or a computer, but I'm seeing it from both perspectives because I'm using my phone to film, but I mean to do the live, but then I have the chat on the computer. So isn't that better? We don't want that bright light in our face. That's no fun. Yeah. So hey there, Mel. How are you? Is Curry your real name or nickname? It is my real name. I had hippie parents, I admit it. They were married when they were very young, and they just there were two stories behind my name. One was at the time my mom was pregnant with me. My dad and my mom were very young. They were like newly, married, and they already had my brother. Just like my brother and I are only 11 months apart, so it was like pregnancy. But one of the stories my parents told me is that my father, whose name is Doug, at the time had a good friend named Doug Curry. And they thought, oh, that's a cool name, blah, 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 blah. But then they also know that the spice curry is very lively and energetic, which shockingly is pretty much me in a nutshell, even though they knew it way back then. So they kind of also said it comes from just the spice too. So they were just, I guess I'm named after a spice, no different than all the other people who have names like that or a name of a flower or a name of a plant or something. So that is me. So we're gonna do a haul tonight. I hope we're good with it. Thanks, Hannah. What's your middle name, Hannah? Okay, interesting. Yeah, Pepper is a cute spice name too. I literally have a friend who bought me a baseball cap and it says spicy. She bought it for that exact reason because, it's it. That's my name. That's what I got. So, Lee. Okay, cool. Hannah Lee. And what's your maiden name? Or do you go by your maiden name? Sometimes a lot of people go by their maiden name. You don't have to write it on here. I don't want you to give out too much information. That's okay. So anyways, and then there's Tiffany in the chat. Hello, my favorite social studies teacher that I'll never forget Tiffany. I love her for being so patient with me in my craziness the other day. So I have here off to the side, literally just, I'm sure if any of you, I don't know how many out there are also resellers, but you go to thrift stores, you go to antique stores, you get 2 or 3 items here, you get 2 or 3 items there, and then you just kind of accumulate. You bring them home, you throw it in a bag until you're ready to list it. And I have about literally like 4 drawers full of hauls that I haven't even really unpacked. Like this stuff still has price tags on it. These are literally the bags I bought them in. So, well, I didn't buy all of this at one place. What I did is I kept adding to the bag when I'd come home with 2 or 3 things, Lee is a family name on my mom's side. Her mom and grandma had the same name. Oh, that's very cool. See, I love it built into the family. So my name before marriage was, as I told you guys, where Cherish Relics Boutique comes from my maiden name, which is Curry Rebecca Brooks. So that's where I got the idea I wanted to do something with those letters, and those were the things I picked. It turned out okay, right? But then of course we get married and everything changes up. So what I'm going to do is really just kind of show the haul tonight. It's really just about showing and looking at it, and most of it I know what it is because I bought it. So this is very different than doing a jewelry jar unboxing unjarring, or then opening a mystery bag of jewelry or getting a box from Shop Goodwill, because you don't know what you have there. Although I haven't looked at this in a long time. Hey there, Felicia, how are you? I do, in fact, know what's in here in that I chose it. So with hauls, you're buying what you like, that thing's on sale or that thing you just can't live without. And, so that's what we refer to as a haul. When we're just showing, an unboxing or unbagging, those are usually, well, I guess someone could do an unboxing of something that they ordered and they know what's in it. So I guess not all unboxings have to be mystery, but specifically with the haul, I do actually know. So it's going to look all yucky and and I'm just going to pour this out and cut price tags off as we go. And I did put some basic prices in, in my store. If we choose to list something, sorry, let me move this because I'm going to get hot. I got to take this shirt off. I mean, I have a shirt over a shirt. Okay, that's better. So, don't be shy if there's something you're like, hey, I'd be interested in you running that, but you just have to know that it may take me a second together we'll have to investigate what value I think it is, and to come up with a fair price for where I have, because obviously this is how I make money, so I there has to be that built in. But I know some people are shy and don't like to say, hey, will you run this? So towards the end, I may pick a few things and we can run them, but this is more about the haul than the buying, but we can buy if you want. I also have those other two huge 7-pound jewelry lots that for anybody who is interested in one of those that maybe wasn't in a show another time. So those are out there as well. So what I'm going to do, this was all out of this bag, is I'm going to sort of turn this down, and I'm going to actually move some of this back out of the way so we can delve into this. We don't really need all the price tags right now. And these will have come from thrift stores, antique stores. I mean, it's just accumulated. Garage sales, flea markets, you name it. It could come from, it could have come from you guys. I think I have a necklace in here that I bought from Felicia that I haven't listed yet, and I got it in the package, but then I haven't really, it's still in the container. I don't know if Felicia remembers when I bought a necklace from her. I was very new to Lilyworks at the time, but yeah. So anyways, I guess we can just start with this one. Yeah, this is just faceted black glass. But I do have a question for people who are familiar with jet. Like when Rachel always talks about jet glass, like how do you know that something's just regular glass versus, like, I know if it's quartz or if it's onyx, because I can use a gem tester to determine that it's further up, and but I don't understand how when it's jet versus just black glass. So if anybody has any insight, I would love to hear that. But it is just a regular box chain. There is not, or does not appear to be, any mark or anything. But it's in decent condition. It's meant to be silver. It's got a little bit of wear on it. It's not hand knotted. They're all next to each other. And the length of that is about 18.5 inches. Now, this particular thing, I don't actually have a price tag on. I'm not quite sure why, unless I somehow already took it off. But knowing me, I probably wouldn't have paid more than $3 or $4 for this, because I know myself. So that's where we're going to start. And I'm just going to put stuff down here to the left as we go. And then again, at any point, if you want me to stop or you want to look at something closer, we can do that. Or we can just play with the jewelry and then at the end do that. It's up to you. Here we have a Murano Millefiori, hand knotted. It's got this lovely bead caps on there. And here we've got our vintage clasp right there. And yeah, I've been lucky enough to find a lot of these in thrift stores, which is actually quite shocking. It's 18 inches, and it's actually in really decent condition. Sometimes you can tell, especially with the tying in between, that, hey there, that it can have some wear, but this is in pretty great condition. So we got that. I think I got these from someone on District. I can't remember. It might have been like Marissa or something. I can't remember, but she'll have things in a big tray and she'll be like, "Hey, will you run this and this?" And I think they were like $2 or something. But I thought they were a cute thing to put like either to put in with, how I do all my wearable, I'm sorry, not wearable, how I do like my coordinated sets where I might have like necklaces that coordinate or even just necklaces and earrings. I kind of bought them for that, to have something new and nice to go with it. Real jet is not glass. It's from fossilized organic material. Think Whitby jet from the UK. Then that material was imitated in glass. That's black jet glass. So you have three different things then. You have jet, which is not, it's an organic material. You have just glass that's black, and that's a different thing than black jet glass? Or are you saying black jet glass is essentially what I have here because it's probably an imitation? I mean, I know Rachel sometimes will sit there and, but I don't know what sound she's listening for. But this is black jet glass, you're saying, because really we're just referring to the color, jet black. But I still don't know how to identify the other one. How do you identify the other one? Yes, she says. Hannah says yes. How do you identify the fossilized organic jet? Does it not really feel like glass? Is it not cold? Is it not heavy? Sorry, I'm grabbing my scissors. Oh, it has a smell and it looks duller and it's not heavy. Excellent. Okay. So if I find some less heavy things, I shouldn't just assume that they're plastic then, especially if they look old. That's very good to know. Okay. Thank you for teaching me, you two smart people. I love that. Um, I believe this is an Avon ring. I did a little Google search on it, like when I got it, and I remember thinking that it was an Avon one. Lots more to all TGAT. Lots more to all. Oh, Hannah should do a teaching. Yes, Hannah will blow you away. Will blow you away, Felicia. She is so good. And I don't know if you follow her channel yet. If you don't, you should definitely go do that. She's got a lot of amazing videos. Hannah it's the same name as her name in the chat, Fleur de Montaigne, on YouTube. But you know a lot about glass beads, and a lot of people aren't, like you're pretty knowledgeable about it, and we trust you. you know. Anyways, so this ring is like brand spanking new. And inside it says NVC. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. It's really lovely. It is a size. Sorry. It's been cleaned off since, but had gotten like acid on there and it completely took the shine away. This is how it used to look. And then I laid it on like a paper towel that I was wiping acid off with, and that's what happened. So it's size 6. So that's what we got there. Isn't that pretty? See, I just got to bring up my flashy light because the light just makes it look so sparkly. It's so pretty. I love it. And according to my thing, yes, I did in fact pay $8 for it, which for me is quite a bit. But that's what that is. Okay. So here, I got these earrings. There's a local consignment store that's like for battered women. And a lot of times their jewelry, they don't know the difference between gold and silver and just gold tone. And so I often find gold and silver there. But I got these, they're about the size of a nickel-ish, maybe a little smaller than a nickel, but they are in fact sterling silver, kind of button earrings. But unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it. It might have 925 on the bar. Yeah, I don't see it on the bar, but there's no question to me that they're sterling or not. But unfortunately, I noticed it has this tiniest little dent in it. So part of me wants to dent this one up, like indent this one a few more times so that they both look dented consistently. You know what I mean? So, um, yes, I definitely have plenty of bead bracelets, but I'm not really doing sales this evening. Well, I'm doing some pop-up sales, but mostly I'm just doing a jewelry haul where I'm just showing things that I've purchased. So, really, you'll kind of see what I pull up, but it's not like I have things that are listed for sale tonight. Um, is that a crazy idea for me to go back and like want to, um, yeah, oh, let me read what she said. I looked this up. Jet is often formed in areas where ancient forests once existed and is specifically derived from the wood of certain trees, especially uh, araucaria trees that were subjected to high pressure and low oxygen over millions of years. So interesting. I mean, Angie, I'm sure there will be bracelets that will come up, but the order of kind of what I'm going to be talking about is kind of as I grab it from this pile. So, but we're happy to have you stay and watch with us. We love having people come over from YouTube. But this live stream is being streamed from district.net. And if you wanted to come over to www, it's up there, .lilyworksjewels.com, that is the marketplace in which we're doing this live from. And if you registered there for district and, signed up to, kind of follow that Lily Works Jewels and Lots page, then you can come in and watch the live stream and participate in the chat. Because there are several people in here that are on the district chat, but on YouTube, you can't actually see that chat. You only see probably just YouTube people. So I'm just letting you know in case you're interested. I'm familiar with Jet from buying morning jewelry from the UK. Not as knowledgeable about French Jet, Czech Jet black glass. You see, I don't understand French Jet. How is that different from Czech Jet or just black glass? Like all of it. Yeah, it's kind of like the turquoise things to me. I have to learn more about that to feel confident in that. Anyways, what did you guys think about my hammering idea? I mean, I know it would probably ruin it, but at least I could make it consistent because it's not like I can get that dent out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Just a thought. That probably cost me about $3. Okay, this necklace is incredible. I can't wait to show this to you. Let me move these out of the way. I think I bought this on one of my, oh, I can't remember exactly where I was at the time. I was somewhere out of town. Oh, you know where I was? My whole family, this summer, we were stuck in Montana for like 4 days because our flight kept getting canceled and they wouldn't fly us home. Isn't that crazy? And so for like 4 days, we were just stuck there in Montana. And yeah, so isn't this a gorgeous necklace? This is coral, guys. And hand knotted, and this clasp back here is actually 925. I don't know if you can see where that is. It's actually written right there. It's pretty significant. But when I look up comps for this, I see a bracelet that's a 5 strand. It's only bracelet length that's listed for $120. So it's pretty valuable. And I think I have it twisted. I don't think it's supposed to be. Let me untwist it. There we go. That's what we needed. So I'm only pulling that around so that you can see the beautiful clasp on there. It's a mother of pearl clasp. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. It's so pretty. Trying to make these hang straight. It's so gorgeous. But I think it has some pretty significant value. I had something written on a book over here. Let me grab it and see if I can tell you the brand. Let's see what I said. Oxblood? Oh no, it wasn't a brand, but I know that the other when I did a Google search on it, it described it as oxblood coral. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I think I got this necklace for $5 or less. someone just didn't know what they were doing. So I think it's stunning. Personally, I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And of course, you can see really close up that beautiful clasp, mother of pearl. It's just really beautiful. So there's that. I already did that. And this is just a very simple Monet, but pretty new. Like, I usually don't pick up Monet these days unless it's in like immaculate condition. Because, I mean, Monet is pretty common. I mean, you can get it pretty easily. I'm trying to flip around to where I can see Monet, but it's written right in there. But it's a nice, two-tone bracelet. And it comes in a size 7.5. So that's that. I'm familiar. Oh, she says it, yes. Did Rach pop in? Oh, okay, the other Rachel. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is another thing of Monet earrings, actually, that I found at Style Encore, of all things. That's like a more modern consignment store. But I thought they were really pretty. I don't know how vintage they necessarily are, but they have a mark for Monet right there at the bottom. To me, I think they're pretty. Like, I feel like they could go with just about anything, but I don't really think they're that old. And it looks like I paid $5 for that. They were pretty to me. Look at these beautiful, beautiful earrings. They are definitely glass. Unfortunately, there's one very teeny small little nick in the glass. Right there, you can see it if I get the light to shine just right. You see? This one doesn't have anything on it. But they're just so beautiful. Look at the side, all that beautiful, those houndstooth prongs. And then this is, in fact, Monet, I believe. Oh, look at the back of that fell off. When did that happen? Do you see the back of this is gone? I didn't even know. Here it is. It must have been, maybe they converted these or something. Maybe they were a clip back earring. Because I guess that's where a clip back earring would have been. I bet you that's what they did. Have you guys ever converted um, clip back earrings to real earrings? I think they're beautiful. Yeah, they definitely converted it because look at how rough that looks. Huh. I was thinking they were Monet, but I don't necessarily think that's the case. Everyone knows who recently that my Presidium Gen Tester died. I haven't gotten a new one. I don't know how I feel about if I'm going to pay for another one. I don't know. But I have my old-fashioned gem tester here that I'm pretty sure that's glass, but we can confirm if I let that heat up a little bit, and I'll just keep going. I think I got these with those other big dangle earrings just to go with. They're not anything vintage or anything like that, but I don't even think those are prong set. They're just pave, but I thought they would look good with coordinated sets. Now look at these beautiful puffy loveliness. Those are clip back, definitely silver, and you can see the mark for silver right there. I literally think I paid 25 cents for these. There was some tub at a thrift store that sometimes people just don't know what they have. And those are stunning. I love them. And I love the sound that silver makes when it clinks together. It's very satisfying to me. I know that's stupid. But okay. So not that you need to know how to use this one, but for this particular very cheapy this is actually just a diamond tester, but I can tell on here whether or not something falls in the range of just glass or cubic zirconian versus sort of the quartz range versus like the ruby slash emerald range versus the diamond range. So it can still provide some information for me. And if it goes up one, but that's it. It's it's just glass. It might react a teeny bit, but the things that are quartz, which I will have some quartz thing. Oh, here you go. Here's some rose quartz. It's gonna have show like 2 lines, maybe 3 when you do it, unless this isn't real quartz, rose quartz. There you go. So that's we have to use all our other knowledge information for that, but unfortunately those are broken. Yes, exactly. The satisfying sounds. Look at this cute little clasp, the little heart clasp. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Uh, it is it is marked with 925 right there on the edge. So that's a pretty unique little bracelet. I think it's really cute. Those little rose beads. Yeah, about a 6 1/4 on that. So yeah, I'm just showing y'all all the goodies, and then if there's anything that you just like, oh my gosh, I must have that, then we can run whatever you want. It's your party, people. It should have a chart on the back of this. Is that what you're talking about? I actually know. Is that what you're talking about? You have one of these too, Hannah? Because I do know in my book with all my directions that it says how many lines there will be for glass, how many lines there would be for quartz or like amethyst, how many, which is a quartz, would be for ruby, um, sapphire versus diamond. But that chart, I think, is more for telling you how many lines you're supposed to start at based on the size of the stone you're doing. But I usually don't change it up. I usually just keep it at 4. Do you own one like this too, Hannah? Okay. These are really heavy and in really immaculate condition. They are, in fact, Monet, as you can see there. Let me get my light there. And they might be glass. Oh, no, they're definitely acrylic. See, that sound is very different. Okay. But they are probably about the size of a $50. They're pretty big. In excellent condition, though. I probably picked those up for about $3. Okay, I think that these little earrings, look at those, old-fashioned-y, go with this necklace. Now, I did not pay. I paid less than this price on here because I, of course, talked the guy down because that's what I do. But let me put it up here on, or this actually might be a bracelet. Maybe I have a necklace somewhere. Maybe it was just a bracelet. And, but the brand on here is Art. I guess that's Arthur. ART stands for Arthur something, right? Someone remind me in the chat. I should know that. But this fold Arthur Pepper. Okay, there you go. This fold over clasp, vintage fold over clasp. Sorry. So yeah, that is pretty ornate going along with those earrings. Yeah, I should look up the value for that. They're pretty cool. These are like acrylic though. Those are not glass. And then I have another set in here that had a necklace and earrings. This I believe this brand is Vogue, Vouge. It's got a really lovely kind of matching box clasp there. It looks pretty darn new. Goodbye. um, And it does have glass faceted beads. It is hand knotted in between. But these are like an acrylic, but that seems more like, I don't know, a mixture between some acrylic and maybe some stone. But it's pretty. And I had the earrings that went along with it. Isn't that pretty? Where they say Vogue on it. You see, it just does not focus close up for me, for the life of me. It says Vogue there. See? I bet you there we go, someone's on it. So, Hannah, I don't know if you know this, but a few of us have next to our names, that kind of little badge that Felicia has next to her name. I have one of them too. It just means that you are like maybe monitor is the wrong word, but when you're in a live, you kind of have the ability to delete other people like comments from YouTube. That like I um uh I think I can delete comments from Felicia's live or from because any of us that have that little badge or whatever. It's just to help people stay safe because we get people over from YouTube. Sometimes people coming from YouTube are great and they're serious and they want to look at jewelry. But sometimes we get the trolls, and so there's usually somebody who's looking out. We're all kind of looking out for each other. So whenever you do kind of get, hey there, Frankie, how are you? Whenever you kind of get to the point where you may want to do a live or something, just know that community's around to help support you, and there'll be people deleting things before your very eyes. But anyways, that's a really nice set, isn't it? I wish I knew more about it. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I think it's lovely. So that's that one. Is this fun to you guys? Do you guys just like looking at hauls sometimes and it not being necessarily about shopping, but just looking? Especially for some of the new people in there, it's a chance for them to learn a little bit because, oh, you like looking at hauls. I love that, Marissa. Yay. I like watching them too. I mean, even though I know stuff, I just like hearing the stories about where people come to things. This is a choker. It's pretty short, normal faceted AB, necklace there. I think I paid like $3 for it, but it needs to have a little bit of a cleanup, I believe. I think I got it at the same time as these earrings. So we had that little business going on. I'm pretty much a cheapskate. So um I I usually don't pick something up unless it's, really good price. Every once in a while I'll pay up for something, but I'm usually the one that will hunt and hunt and hunt and just until I run across Murano beads for $3, or I run across, a gold, necklace, golden pearl necklace I got the other day that was like $6, and they just, that's where usually the price point I'm at is a pretty low one. But I'm not going to take these off the card because it's easier to look at it from there. But to tell you the real honest reason I got these, because they're pretty, but I also got them because I noticed on the back that one of the backs was a 14 karat gold back. So I thought just that one 14 karat gold back was enough to pay for the whole earrings, even if I didn't do anything with the earrings. But I do like the earrings. I don't know if the other one's gold too, but I don't really think that the actual earrings are gold. Yeah, this one says 14 karat. You guys know, you've seen gold enough. It has a look to it. These are definitely not gold. So any of you that are newer to jewelry, one of your little signs for a hint that something might be a yellow gold is if the earring is gold color, but the post is not silver. I mean, if it's silver, it's not going to be 14, it's not going to be yellow gold because it would have been yellow gold throughout. Now you can have white gold, but obviously that would be that throughout. So that's just one sign. We all know another sign of being able to differentiate whether or not something is a precious metal or not is to find out if it's magnetic or not. Now here we have no magnetism, But just because it's not magnetic doesn't say, oh, this must be gold or silver. It just makes me want to then do further testing. So, in this case, I will not do further testing because um, the the post being silver tone with the more brassy earring here tells me that I know this isn't gold, and I probably won't test it, but I will definitely steal the backs and put them on other earrings, because obviously they were just, I don't think sometimes people pay attention to those, but those are super cute earrings. I like them. Here's another really pretty. These are 925 hooks on that, but there's some really beautiful just art glass beads with a couple glass faceted rhinestones right there. Actually, there's another one at the bottom. But, this is my level of jewelry ability. Like, I shouldn't say that. I have the ability to make fancier jewelry. I showed you guys my pretty earrings that I made from my beading class after my mother died. But before I had done that, any sort of jewelry I made was, more like simple like this, where you have a bar and you put a few things on it and you twist the clasp or whatever. When it gets really fancy is people when they start to buy like sterling silver actual wire, and then they wrap it around certain gems, or they use the wire to create their own hook. I know that Julia, who's, I don't know if she's still in the chat, she was earlier. She does do some wire wrapping with some of the jewelry that she makes, so she's skilled that way. If you haven't followed Julia, I think it's called it's Julia, I can't remember the full name because I just call her Julia. uh but yeah, she also does run shows and sells her jewelry as well. But we have those. And then I believe they're my life, Julia. There you go. I'm a beginner at making handmade jewelry. You're doing a great job, though. You're doing a great job, Julia. But you were told me the other day when you bought some of my stones that you were going to wire wrap them. So I was impressed by that. So here we have some vintage earrings. They are just like on a brass twist back, but I love the prongs. This is acrylic. It's like a moon glow, I guess. I guess you'd call that like a moon glow acrylic-ishness, but it's quite pretty. So we got that. So I'm going to just keep going. If at any time you're like, oh my gosh, will you please consider running some item, you can ask me to do that, or we can just keep going. And at the end, I'll see if anybody's interested in stuff like that. So again, a lot of this still has price tags on it. So I believe these were both on here. So I found some really lovely cloisonne bracelets at a local thrift store. This is a much thicker one. It's in excellent condition. Um, enameled cloisonne. This one's smaller, but they're, getting them both for $5, $2.50 each. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if I paid even less than that because they'll have things that go on sale. Like, oh, so red that week was not on sale. It was another color because they'll go like 50% off and then 75% off. So I probably paid full price for those, but to me it was still quite worth it because I've sold lots of these on my eBay store, and like $10 for one easily. I could probably get more, but I like to think I offer a very competitive price, sometimes even kind of lower than some people. I do that intentionally because I really work hard to try to get things for really low prices, which means there's a little more wiggle room that I can offer prices a little lower, and which gives room for buyers to want to buy from me, because they have room to still sell it. On top of that, Julia says, I'm learning how to wire warp from YouTube because I have some amazing gemstones that I want to sell on necklaces. That's very cool. It's called wire warp, huh? Is that where they kind of wrap it around and it kind of becomes its clasp? So it isn't actually a stone that has a hole through it like a bead. It's just, okay, I don't know. Talk about tactile. Felicia sits here, wrap. I think it's spelling. Okay, no worries. It's not spelling. It's just that sometimes our fingers just touch the wrong thing. Or you know what it is most of the time, Julia? It's spell check, like our autocorrect things on our devices. It makes me nuts. But look at this beautiful carnelian. I believe at least some of them are carnelian. I think some of them are just agate. Um, a beautiful bracelet here. I mean, necklace here. But I believe, so here's an example of something I got pretty cheap. Oh no, I paid full price for that. That is a lot for me to pay. But for those of you that are new to jewelry, let me talk to you a little bit about, some stones. When you look at a lot of these stones and you're like, I don't know what stone that is. I don't know if Brooks Mama's in here, Colleen, or not, but I think she's new to kind of working with some of those more, like natural stones and things. And there are some, little things, tricks that can tell you whether or not you're dealing with a natural stone versus glass versus, just acrylic or plastic or whatever. But one of the sure tell signs is that it's quite heavy. So when you're holding it, it's pretty heavy. But glass can also be heavy, and they're so talented these days in making art glass things that can look very much like a real gemstone. So that's not the only thing. They're also cold. It'll feel very cold to touch. And talk about the aesthetic. I just love the sound of beautiful, I'm not trying to hurt them, but just that sound of a nice, gemstones together. These have little kind of gold/bronze spacer beads there. And I believe that there's probably a couple different stones on here. I don't think they're all carnelian because we definitely have some darker ones. This one to me looks more like a jasper. A jasper is a rock that falls under the quartz. It should give me two of them. There you go. So I do believe that's a jasper. But I can't name you what specific jasper. But this is what I want to tell you. You'll hear people talk about, gemstones that fall under the quartz on, like, let's say, a gem tester. A quartz has lots of stones that are under it. And jasper, in comparison to, like, let's say, an agate, one way you can tell them apart, and Felicia hopefully will correct me if I say this wrong, she's doing all this definite study on it, but is a jasper is it's opaque. No, light cannot shine through it. Like, you can't see light through it, okay? But you see this one down here, these stones down here? That's called translucent. And some light can shine through it. And I'll tell you that an agate versus a jasper, agates are translucent. Now, that doesn't tell me that these are agates versus like a specific quartz like carnelian, but it'll give you the hint of, okay, they're definitely not a quartz. I mean, not a jasper. A jasper, I believe, is opaque. Now, you can have a lot of orange looking stones that you could have banded orange looking stones that might fall as a quartz, but they're not necessarily carnelian. I think that you can have ones that can look very similar. But it does fall under some type of quartz. I know just from experience, quite often the carnelian tends to have a really deep color to it, like, and I'm not saying it's completely consistent in the look of the stone, but some of these have a lot of banding going on, which make me think it's more of an agate. But when you have a stone that looks more solid, like this one to me makes me think carnelian because it's got more of a solid color. How am I doing, Felicia? Yeah, but again, they're all going to fall under quartz if we get like these two lines here. Okay, doing good so far. This is good. Um, and of course, I can't tell you more specifically than that, but I can tell you that these are natural stones. These are natural gemstones based on the information that I've done there. They're cold, they're heavy, they are falling in the quartz realm based on, this uses heat, and it's all about how the heat passes through the stone with this copper tip. It's all very scientific. I don't understand it all. But anyways, so that's a gemstone thing there, probably with some carnelian, agate, as well as jasper, although they all look the same. Now, I believe this white stone here, can we see if light passes through it? Slightly, maybe a little bit of light passes through it. I think that could still just be a quartz. I think that these middle faceted ones are just glass. And so we'll see a difference on my little tester here. The glass ones really are going to barely move. Give me maybe one line, maybe, barely. But I believe this is some type of quartz. Now, it could go up even higher, I was about to say, and if it goes up a little higher, what comes above quartz on the Presidium Gen Tester in terms of the range of how the heat can pass through? It's very scientific, but it's possible this could be a white jade, right, Felicia? White jade. There are such thing as white jades, and it kind of falls a little bit higher on the Presidium Gem Tester. And again, this is going a little higher than my quartz. It's maybe giving me 3 lines. Let me do another one. So I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it is. Oh, well, it kind of tried to do 3. I have to make sure it's sitting on there flat. So I don't know. Well, there you go. It's possible. So anyways, I paid $1 for this necklace. You see that? That's the kind of deals you guys need to look out for. That's how when you get into this jewelry reselling business, especially into vintage jewelry, it's all about the hunt. And when you can find a beautiful necklace like this that is also sterling silver, as this clasp has a lobster claw clasp, and let me see if it is sterling silver. It may not be. No, I don't think this is. It looks like a clasp that would be, but it doesn't have any marks on it. And I have tested ones like this that sometimes I test ones like this and they are sterling silver with no mark, and sometimes they're not. So here's the lesson. Just because something's marked with 925, don't trust that means that it is. And just because I'm thinking white jade, yay. Okay, so you're thinking if it was white jade, it would have decent findings like 925. Well, we can test it real quick. Let's see. It may give us a more hint on if we think this is white jade versus just a quartz. It definitely has a little color variation in there. And maybe they did it on purpose where, it's like some are more kind of yellowy and some are lighter. But let's give it a real quick scratch test. I'm just going to do the edge of that. Okay, I already have a sneaking suspicion it's probably not, because this scratch is a little bit yellowish to my experience of what a positive test for sterling silver gives me, just from my experience. But if you work with any of these acids, I'm going to say it every time, these acids are no joke. They can hurt you. They can, I should be wearing gloves. I'm clearly not, but I really encourage, especially people that are just starting to work with them, you need to keep these stored away from other metal things. I have a Tiffany lamp right over there in my room that I had set down a cloth, that I had wiped off some acid, and I had set it on top of the base of the Tiffany lamp, which is like a steel. It's like a wrought, a cast iron, and it decayed it. So it's pretty powerful. You know what I mean? It wouldn't decay like a sterling silver or a precious metal like gold, because the acid doesn't react to those. Like, we're looking for the reaction. Well, the sterling silver with this, okay, I'm saying too much for you. I'm using an 18 karat gold acid here. To test silver. Yes, that's crazy, but there's 2 ways you can test for silver, and that's one of the ways. And if this was in fact a 925, then on my scratch, we would see a milky blue. So it definitely is not sterling silver, although it does very much look like it. You just want to be careful, even with the cloths that you wipe things with. You do not want to get it on your fingers. You do not want to leave it sitting next to other metals because it will ruin them. I tell you, I promise you. Anyways, there's that necklace. So let's keep going, shall we? See what other goodies I discovered in my thrifting. Hey, are you guys like me? Do you love to go, like, when you go out of town and you go to a new city? Do you love to, like, go try thrift shops at that new city? I love going to new cities and checking out the thrift stores. You know, look at these beautiful, beautiful, heavy um, faux. They are glass pearl. Very, very, very heavy. It has a really lovely clasp up here. I'm not sure if it's sterling silver or not. I don't recall. I'm not sure. But I just love the feel of that heaviness. Like, look how pretty this looks on the neck. I mean, come on. I just love it. Isn't that so pretty? Yes, it does also make me think of the Flintstones, but that's okay. I think it's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so I'm not sure how much I paid for that. Knowing me, just probably under $3 or $4 though. But anyways, I've sold many of these necklaces on my eBay store. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of lovelies down here. What do we got? A whole bunch of earrings to check out. Let's see here. How about these? These are pretty. They are plastic. You can hear that. And they are a post back with a little hinged back there. But those are nice. I don't see any brand. Oh, I might be lying. I'm lying. They say okay. Kenneth J. Lane. KJL. Right there on the back. So I guess they could still be valuable even though it's just like a plastic of some type, but that's what it says is China. Well, Kenneth J. Lane, would it still say China or does that mean it's fake? Because it says China and then it says KJL. I don't know enough about Kenneth J. Lane to know the answer to that, but I suppose I could do a Google search on it. Let's do it. Let's research. Let's find out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get out our handy dandy little device here. We're going to pull up Google, which is very easy to find. Once you get in Google, if you click on the little camera there, it'll bring you to something called Google Lens. And you're going to take a picture as clear as you can of the item. Sometimes you may need to maneuver. I usually try to stretch this out and have it cover both earrings because then it recognizes that it's a set of earrings. But there they are. Sale Kenneth J. Lane floral earrings. Kenneth J. Lane. I mean, I can't imagine they're worth $200. Gray pearl flower earrings. So there you go. You see, there must have been a reason I picked them up, right? Maybe they're later work. Okay. Because these do seem newer. You know what I mean? They're really pretty. Okay. I probably picked those up on purpose. Almost like I meant to. Look at this beautiful pendant. It does have a 925 on the back there. And I don't know if this is a real pearl. Let me find out for you. And let me look. Yeah, it says 925. It is a glass pearl with some bezel set, really beautiful. I'm sure those are just cubic zirconia. But it's a really significant little pendant. Yeah, just glass. So pretty. Oh, these are real pearls. I know that these are those Honora, 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 I think is right, with sterling silver. Hey there, Colleen. I was just talking about you earlier when I was talking about some natural gemstones. I was pulling out some necklaces and talking a little bit about learning about, those things. So, anyways, uh, there you go. But those are authentic pearls. I think that they're Honora, but I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. But these are marked with a 925, I believe. Give me a second. Oh yeah, on the bottom. Oh, they are Honora because they have a little H, a little loopty H. And I believe the back will also show that. So isn't that a really pretty pair of pearl earrings? Little pretty little dangles. Lovely, lovely. The lovelies. Hey there, Vintage Forward. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We're just doing a haul here. I'm just kind of showing some goodies that I've picked up at thrift stores. Towards the end, I may do some pop-up sales, but right now we're just playing. Some other earrings, some post-back earrings that I found in my hunting, trying to see if there's any brand in here that I can see. I love the post back that have those extra little hinge part on it. I think those are nice. But I was going to see if I found any brand in there written on the inside. They're really heavy, textured. Oh, there is a brand. They say Monet and a patent number, and the brand is right there. It's going to be hard for you to see it, but right in there. So some nice Monet earrings. I probably knew that when I bought it, but aren't those nice with that texture? Pretty, pretty. Yeah, hey there, Michelle. How are you? Okay, look at these beauties. Gorgeous. Lovely filigree backed clip back earrings. I don't see a brand, but they're constructed really well and they're in fantastic condition with your faux pearls. Everyone calls her Shell, not Michelle. She goes by Shell. Okay, I'll start calling her Shell. Those are pretty. I don't know what's going on with this. If we had an earring break, I have this random earring here. Oh, I think that's what happened. It looks like a screw somehow went in there and they were like a pearl jack. I think that these are just faux. I think they're just glass because they are not real pearls. But they look actually really nice. Yeah, definitely just faux. But this is what it's supposed to look like. This one's not broken. So I don't know if that's fixable by me, but I can attempt. So there's that. And so when you test these pearls to try to see if they're real, I don't often put the pearls in my mouth, but I do this teeny little, very gently kind of scratching two surfaces together. I I want to scratch two of the same ones together, like the same ones on a necklace. So when I rub these together and they're really smooth, then I know that they are a glass pearl. I know that they're glass versus just a plastic because they are cold and they are heavy, just as a pearl would be. But when you don't get any grittiness when you do that little scratch thing, then you know that they're just you know, a glass one. But these days, a lot of times the glass ones could almost be as valuable as the others. You know what I mean? So that's a pretty one. I like the little cap on that. I got some gunmetal textured little hoops here. Little hinge. closure. Let me see if I see a brand or a mark for metal purity. Oh, I actually do. Okay, well, I think this is a good brand. You can tell me in the chat. Judith Ripka, 925 Thailand. That's what it says on the inside there. I think that's a known brand. But would it be from Thailand? I don't know. It's a nice textured earring. Do you guys recognize that brand, Judith Ripka, at all? So you got that. Okay. And then I have another pair of door knockers here, textured. They're probably Monet. This style of back quite often is Monet, and it's written right there. See, I just can't get any closer than this. It won't. I'm as still as I can be. And it won't get, it's just, I have to be so far away, I feel like. Anyways, I think they're really nice. They're probably about the size of $50. Lovely. Let's see what else I got here. So I have a few more things in that thing, but then I had one more bag full of stuff. So I'll just keep showing you, and then we can look at some of the stuff at the end. If, you guys may not be interested in purchasing anything, and that's okay. We can just look. Okay, I think I paid $8 for this. I don't know if it was... I'm not sure because I don't have a specific receipt for it. But, yeah, Hannah would know what kind of beads they are. It's got kind of that coppery gold flecks in it, which makes me, according to what Hannah says, it's more likely to be a Murano with gold versus checks. Gold flecks would more be silver. That's what I remember her saying, at least. I could be wrong. But look at this groovy clasp. It's kind of a different style, fish hook clasp. You always want to check inside for marks for metal because it could be written anywhere. I'm going to use my loop and look real quick. Okay, I don't see anything on the hook. Yeah, and I don't see anything on the clasp part. And they are magnetic. Okay. But aren't those lovely? I don't know if Hannah's still here, but these definitely look like freshwater pearls, rose quartz, and they go really well with those possibly Murano beads. And the necklace is probably about 18 inches, but I can tell you here in a second. They are definitely graduating. That doesn't mean that they finished high school. Ha ha. It's actually 20 inches. Graduating just means that the beads go from smaller to larger, or from larger to smaller, whatever. They're changing size as you go. So there's that. What do I have in here? Some of these things I just haven't looked at in forever. Oh, I think that these are just some simple earrings. I don't know if I need to necessarily take them all out of the bag. Those look like little freshwater pearls. This looks like abalone with, let's see if that's real. I don't know if that's a real pearl or not. But we can test it by doing our little trick. So I do believe that's authentic, probably mother of pearl that's been dyed a grayish. It doesn't have the variations that abalone normally does, but I could be wrong. That middle, I think that, yeah, that middle stone is glass, And then the top one, which is the one I wasn't sure about, is just a glass pearl. But they're still cute. Okay, so there's that. I don't believe that they're real sterling, in my opinion. Now these have some lava rock. And this is heavy and cold. This I bet you it's coral, because this is you know, that spiky coral from the necklaces that I showed the other day. That's what I'm thinking that is. Perfect for Halloween, right? Lusciousness. There we go. Okay. I think this is a bag of earrings. And I know that all of these are sterling, because that's why they're in that bag. Because they are sterling. But look at these beautiful earrings. I found these like at the thrift store on the wall for like, you know, they were normally like $3, but they were 75% off. They assumed they weren't real, but they are sterling silver. 100%. Beautiful, beautiful. And you can hear that silver just gives a certain ting to it. Awesome. Look at these beautiful earrings. Looks like I paid $5 for them. They were probably like half off or something. That could be a bezel set onyx. We can, if it is an onyx, it will show up on here as if it's quartz, because onyx is a type of quartz. But if it doesn't really move on there very much, it could be like a tourmaline or just glass. But it is marked 925, somewhere in there. See, I just get too close. It drives me nuts, the distance. It's just not where I want it. I want to bring it closer. But let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just glass, or maybe a tourmaline, which is like a black tourmaline. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. I won't take these out, but they are exactly what they look like. Little freshwater pearls on sterling silver post back. I should put these in the bag. This is some sort of, I guess it's just a glass, because the thing is sterling silver. I tested them. But it doesn't really have like much movement to them that I would think that they're like a moonstone or anything. I don't think that. They don't really look like a moonstone. You know, you're not upset when you go to a church sale and you find 2 pairs of gold earrings on their church sale, and it was like their 50% off day because they're getting towards the end of their sale. And, you know, some people just don't, they just don't have a clue. Like these didn't actually have backs on them when I found them, but I definitely recognized that as a ruby. A ruby can, in comparison to like a garnet, a ruby kind of has more of a pinkish red to it, when a garnet tends to have more of like a, a burgundy or an orangey red. But on this cheap gem tester, because of course my other gem tester died on me, the ruby and sapphire will go up to 7 or 8. It won't go all the way into diamond and beep, but let's see what we get. I know that the metal on it says 14 karat gold. So yeah, that's a ruby. And then these were just little pearl studs that were also on 14 karat gold. Such a good find. I was not crying about that. Oh, shoot. I don't want to put it in there. I want to keep these separate. These are the dumbest earrings, I think, because it doesn't give much room to have it on the ear, because this comes back so far that it the post can only benefit you from that point on, which people's ears, a lot of times that's not thick enough to then have an ear there and put a back on without mushing this and ramming it into your skin. So it's a very strange design, but these are in fact sterling silver. But part of me wants to take the edges of those X's and make it a little bit less domed, because they're just not comfortable earrings to wear. But they are real sterling. So you got that. I think this was one random earring that I found, but I think it was a sapphire from, it's either a white sapphire or it's a white topaz. I can't remember which one, or I wouldn't have kept it. So a sapphire is going to go all the way up to where a ruby was, a 7 or an 8. If it's a topaz, it's going to be more like a 5 or a 6-ish. And I can't remember what it was. And apparently it's nothing. It's cubic zirconia. Well, why did I keep it? Maybe because it's still sterling. Oh, sorry, I hit the metal. Yeah, that's not. I'm just looking real quick at the post. Yeah, I don't even see where it says 925. To be honest, I don't know why the heck it's in there. But, okay, well, we'll just put your little self away in there. You have a little field trip time. These are cool little earrings. They're actually rock crystal. These little dangles. These are just little sterling silver studs. And then, look at these pretty earrings. I had to test them to confirm that they were sterling, but they are in fact sterling. And then once I realized they were sterling, I was like, I wonder if those are rock crystal. So sure enough, they're little emerald cut rock crystals. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not getting a good hold on it. There you go. So, and then I had another pair here that had little pear-shaped. Aren't those pretty? I thought they were cute. Okay. I don't need to take all these out, but those are just, probably an onyx, to be honest. I will show that because I want to show you on the tester. Because if it was plain glass, it may not be in this rough shape, like more like a chip style bead. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. So those are onyx. Onyx is a type of quartz. Okay. I think this is plastic. I don't think this is anything at the end. And this is all glass. I know that. All of these earrings I would have gotten for, $1, $2 a pop. That's usually about, for little earrings like this, what my little price point is. These are some, they're either turquoise or they're dyed halite. Again, I'm not the professional in the whole turquoise world. These are a natural stone and sterling silver. We got these cute little pine cone earrings. Aren't those cute? Sterling silver. And then we've got these little dangles with some glass and possibly some quartz. It might be all glass. I'm not sure. Okay. To wake y'all up, Yeah, I think they're just glass. Yeah. I have some of these nonsense things called they're called Guess the Gibberish. So I'm going to show you guys a few and see if you can answer them for me. Get you going in the chat. Get you chatting it up. Let's see which ones I can challenge you with. Well, get you to think about it while I get my other bag of jewelry. Okay? I just have one other little bag, not necessarily with little stuff like that. Heaven knows what could be in here. It's been a while. I know Felicia's necklace is in here, though, that I got from her. Okay, there's that. So that's all I'm going to show tonight once I get through that. Okay, so let's try this one. Again, they're gibberish, so you have to like say it to yourself, like read it to yourself, and then see if you can figure out what phrase it says. This one's a bit of a challenge. Hey there, Logo Life. Nice to see you. This is, it's Tryfin Bermit. It's driving permit. I suppose I could give you the hints when we do that. So I'll do the hints if I need to. But here's one more before I show you some jewelry. And let me look at. Okay. So if any of you have a guess, you can throw it out there. I'm just going to stick it right back there while we keep keeping on. You can just close. It's Chrissy. That's when you pop up. Is when I sit and pull the games out. You crack me up. It's not batter up, but I understand why you would say batter up. Chrissy's a friend of mine from Zumba. Let me give you the hint. The hint for this one is cut off too much. What do y'all think? I'm in the background at Chrissy's house. This says bad haircut. Bad hair gut. I mean, it's not going to be exact, but it's trying to get you to, you know, sort of, when you say it, it'll sort of sound like what it is. It's just a game. Just a fun little thing. It's gibberish, right? It's all gibberish, people. Gibberish, gibberish. Okay, let me keep showing you some goodies. Again, we're not really doing sales tonight. I'm really just showing you a haul of some lovely lovelies. Why exactly I have 3 of one earring? Oh, goodness, I have no idea. But I think I've had some brooches of this before. Oh, here you go. One's a clip back and one's okay, so that's clip back Monet. It says it right there. But it looks exactly the same as the post back. Funny. Well, I guess it's going to be in there somewhere. Oh, here it is. So we have just been inundated with that earring. Awesome. Now, Chrissy, I know when you're coming over from YouTube, you can't really see like everybody that's in our regular chat on District. So if Carrie ever convinces you to, you don't even have to buy anything, but if you come over and get the number, you know, do the registry through district, then you can see all the chat going on in district too. You'll see both of it. If you want, you can do whatever the heck you want, my friend. Okay, so here was a lovely, let me cut this tag off. I think I spent about $5 on this, but those are faux pearls. And all of those rhinestones are, it's called a cup link, where when those links can kind of be like accordion like that. Okay. But it just has a fold over clasp, great condition, isn't missing anything. And it's looking like that. It's a little bit bigger for a bracelet. Maybe not. It's a 7 1/4. So there you go on that. Got a West Germany scarf clip. And you can see West Germany right there. Actually, it's upside down. West Germany. For those that are with a little filigreenness going on there with a little dimension. Okay, I believe that these are amber. Okay. They are definitely on, and we're going to test it. I'll get out my black light, and we'll look for that pukey, you know, yellowy green kind of color. But we're definitely looking here at a vintage spring ring clasp. Looking right there. But yeah, it's just got spacers just of, you know, little glass tone or brass beads there. So I'm going to turn the lights off here real quick. And I have a black light here. Ta-da! And one way that you can tell if something is amber is, there are other tests you can do too, but this is a really quick way, you can, it'll fluoresce a certain way under black light. So give me a second here. And let's see what we see. And I recall, I think they're amber, but it's possible that they're not. But that's what we're going to test right now. So I have to click through my light because my light, there we go. So there you go. So this is looking kind of bluish green. I mean, kind of a bluish. These don't even kind of look greenish. Sometimes they look like a pukey yellow. But Felicia, do you agree that the amber under fluorescence can kind of look a little different sometimes? I mean, I definitely believe this is amber, because if it wasn't amber, it wouldn't change color at all. It would just keep looking brown. But that, to me, is amber. But I don't know why sometimes you can get ones that are more of a greeny yellow versus a, you know, like a really light milky blue. I don't know. I'm sure that I know there's different types of amber though. So we got that fact. So really, 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 really long necklace. We're talking 24, 48. Yeah, it's about 48 inches for that. Okay. I've got another necklace here, a couple necklaces that I'm going to try to pull out here. Okay. Let me cut this tag off. So this is just a regular crystal necklace. It is on a very vintage twisting barrel clasp. Now, this does not have an AB coating on it. It is faceted, but the Aurora Borealis coating, when you have it on it, you see this just looks clear just by itself. Let me show you one with an Aurora Borealis coating so you can see the difference. Like these. Sorry, hold on. My shirt is getting rolled over by my chair. So, like these are glass. They're much lighter than these. These are much heavier, which tells me I believe they're crystal. They could have some lead in them. Or it's possible that they could be rock quartz. I don't know. So let's check. Or maybe it's called rock crystal. I might have said it wrong. But let's see what it goes up to. Yeah, I think that could be. Wow. Okay. I think it could be rock crystal. That's a good find. Graduated beads. We're looking at 16 inches. There we go. I'm not sad about that. Okay. Let me cut this tag off. Yeah, isn't this a pretty necklace? I don't think it's older. It's got a more modern, lobster claw clasp there, but it's got these little dangles that I think are just glass. They're an amber color, but they are just glass. That's what I believe. But there's little variations. Now, I don't know if Felicia is in the chat, but are you ready for me to talk about your color thing? And about how you can have variations of the same color right next to each other? These are all kind of that yellow tone, but then it can get to be a darker yellow and then into like a brown. I think it was you who had said that it's orange that becomes brown. So maybe that is even considered like a yellowy orange, but I don't know if she's still in there. But I was learning from her little lesson the other day. But I think that's a really nice necklace. It's got a Rolo chain, which just means that the links are like little circles. So there's that. I like that necklace. Okay, we have another just gemstone natural stone. If Colleen's in the chat, this is what I was talking about earlier, Colleen, is I was going over, I was given a little thing about the natural stones and how you can sort of tell the difference between like uh jasper versus like agate. And all of these are either a specific stone, like I think that's aventurine. I think that is probably carnelian. I think that's just regular quartz. Um, I'm not sure if that's carnelian or more of a banded agate. I think all of those are quartz, 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 quartz. I think that's aventurine because it would have teeny little aventurine versus like a jade. The aventurine will just have the teeniest little bit of like shimmer in it. It's the best way I can describe it. But yeah, because what I was saying earlier, agates or some other quartz, you are translucent. You should be able to see some light come through them, and all of those light can go through it partially. Okay, versus if it was a jasper, like this one right here might be jasper. This is the only one because I don't think light's shining through that one. That's just my little 2 cents. Now, I can't name all the jaspers for you. Hey there, Felicia. How are you? Hey, you know what I found? I had a rock crystal necklace. Isn't that beautiful? It tests as rock crystal. Woohoo! Okay, so then, yeah, we got that one. And we have some just very simple. I think I have a brooch that looks like this. but just clip backs, pretty light. Not even the center rhinestone is not prong set. Which, for those of you who are like new to jewelry, you know, we're looking for jewelry to be made with more quality and things that have rhinestones and things that are prong set were put together with more, you know, it's about the quality. And so this brooch, for example, all the rhinestones are prong set, as you can see there. And I don't know if there's a brand at all. A lot of these, you know, vintage rhinestone brooches and things were not marked. I don't see any puddling, like figure 8 puddling. But I do see dimension. I like that it's, you know, kind of domed a little bit. So that's kind of cool. Can you show me how you tested the rock crystal? Really interested in your testing skills. Okay, well, here's the deal. Not great testing skills when my normal way of testing it would be Presidium gem tester, you know what I mean? Because rock crystal is gonna show up as a quartz versus if I just had a glass necklace or a regular rhinestone necklace, those are gonna fall way down there by glass. So if I take that same thing. Now, obviously, this is not my Presidium, which I had for years, and then it just died on me. But like this is a quartz. And so on this, for me, quartz is going to give me about 3 lines. So let's confirm that that's a quartz. Maybe that one's not. That one is apparently not a quartz. Let's find another one. Well, that one apparently is not one either. I might have to get a different necklace that I know had quartz on it. Oh. Okay, so usually the quartz for me will give me about 2 lines, 2 into the orange, at least 2, okay? 2 to 3. But if it was glass on this instrument, it's gonna give me nothing or maybe 1. So, on this necklace, it's heavier, first of all. I was comparing it to, like, this is just a cheap glass necklace. It's pretty light. I mean, it is glass, but it's lighter than this one. This has got a lot more weight to it, which I don't know, to me, if it's just regular crystal and it's got a lot of lead in it, then that is weighty. But this did give me 3 lines when we give it a second, or if I hit it flat on, or it did earlier. Hold on. I promise I'm not making it up. They saw me. And it's not cooperating with me now. Because right now I'm going to tell you it's just showing me that it's a rhinestone. You know, just regular crystal. But earlier it went up with 3 lines. So I don't know why I'm getting a variation in that. I can't tell you. Except now I can't say that I think it's rock crystal anymore. Because it's not giving me what it did earlier. So never mind. I was incorrect. But there were people in the chat who saw me. It did show up with 3. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's not doing it. I have to make sure I'm flat on the surface. Maybe I need to turn it off for a while and turn it back on, because it's not acting like it was. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. I believe this is just cubic zirconia. I don't know where I found it. It's not real diamond. Looks like it is, but it's not. Hey, Chrissy, if you're still there, are you enjoying your beautiful necklace that I gave you? Yeah, this says sterling, ESPO. Well, and it says stir, but I'm sure that this is just glass. This is not cooperating with me, so I don't really trust that right now. Okay, let me keep going. Here's a few earrings and a few necklaces. I'm going to get someone to teach me here because I'm not sure that I know what kind of shell this is called. I mean, I'm not familiar with like that shape of shell. Usually if I see like shell necklaces, it's usually like, like freshwater pearl or it's like mother of pearl. But yeah, it is frustrating. There's also lead crystal beads. Well, this is really heavy in comparison to that other necklace. I mean, it's really heavy. So you're right. It is possible of that. I know there's a name for this kind of shell, though. I should take a picture of it. That's what I'll do. And then I can teach myself. It's on a vintage twisting barrel clasp. Looking like that. Okay. Pulling up my Google Lens. And I don't need to take a picture of the whole necklace. I just need to get close up to some of the beads, enough for it to recognize. So like me, just because it's easier I feel like for it to sort of identify what I'm actually looking at here, I'm just going to zoom in so I can see that. So this says red lip Luhanus shell bead. Has anyone heard of that? It's a vintage Hawaiian seashell. Luhanus. But I obviously isn't highly valuable because we have a pretty low price point there. But it is pretty. I just dropped the thing for the bracelets. Okay. I'm looking at this one more time. Yeah, I think it's probably lead crystal. I love it when it just hangs well, though, because sometimes you can get those necklaces that they're strung too tight and they hang just terribly. But this just hangs just beautifully naturally. It's very nice. So there's that. I'm just testing this little stone here on here. And it's just cubic zirconia, anything like that. I have like one line on. So I have this really huge, big necklace. I honestly it's really heavy. It's faceted. It does have a more modern clasp on it, as you can see. And I just think these are faceted glass beads. They're pretty, and they definitely are heavy. But I don't necessarily think they're old. I don't know. Glass versus lead crystal. I don't know. I think it's probably not lead crystal just because it's newer, right, Felicia? And we have newer findings. It's probably not lead crystal. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a professional. I know that I love these earrings, though. Look at these pretty textured things. And look at how pretty the back is. Such a pretty back. Look at that. But I believe it's Crown Trifari. You can see it on there. Crown Trifari is just regular Trifari, but then over the T, it's got a crown on it, as you can see there. But lovely texture and dimension to those little kind of button earrings. I like them. I like them. I don't know. No, today I'm not doing an auction. I'm just doing a share. I may have some auctions later in my thing in about 30 minutes, but um, I'm not having any while I do all these shares because I'm just sharing. Look at these gorgeous earrings. I don't see any brand on the back, but they are like open back novettes. Look at how sparkly and stunning those are. I swear. It's like a kid in a candy store. When I have sparkly rhinestones, it just makes me happy. It's just so pretty. All prong set. So pretty. I'll have to show you my glass bead samples I'm putting together like a chart. Ordered specifically rock crystal, lead crystal, etc. Still working on it. Oh, I would love to see that. You should do a whole lesson on that for sure. But there are those. I think those are pretty. And these definitely need to be cleaned. You can see some darkening of some of those stones. So for those of you that are kind of new to jewelry, this says Bow Jewels, I believe. Bow Jewel. Now this main stone is a darker stone on purpose, but some of these, but what it might be actually is it might be a darker stone in the middle, and then these three are more like clear, and then these three are more like a smoky topaz. That might be on. Now, you never want to take these rhinestone, vintage pieces of jewelry that are foil backed. Like, here's the back of this. It's really constructed quite well. And you don't want to immerse them in water because that foil on the back is what gives it its sparkle. So like for this, to clean it, I would clean it by cleaning the surface very carefully, but not submersing it because it could ruin it and ruin whatever sparkle it has left. Okay, I'm not going to take these off the card, but I do know that they are sterling, both of them, because I took off the backs and checked them. But there's that. Okay. Oh, look what I have here. This is going to look familiar. So this was one of my first things that I ever bought on District. Was from Felicia. Here's my receipt. So I got this beaded necklace, which I'm going to show you, with a really pretty clasp. And then I think I got some stuff that was just part of it wasn't like a specific picture taken up, but what I think it was I think it was this one I bought from you, which I'm not sure. Do you remember what stone that was? Is that like a type of jasper? Because it doesn't look, translucent at all. Or maybe it's just glass. I'm not sure. It is marked with 925 on the back, so that's a really lovely pendant. Okay. And then I also got this pendant from you, I believe. Very pretty. And this, I think it's a lapis lazuli. I just think it's lighter. It does have some gold specks in there. Yeah, that could be carnelian, but wouldn't it act like a quartz on my gem tester? Like it should move up like my quartz ones do. And it would give me 2 or 3 lines. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what I'm going to do about my whole gems testing problem. But look at this beautiful milk glass. These are all like hand knotted milk glass beads. But look at this beautiful, flower covered box clasp. It's so pretty. So I had bought that from Felicia. Cute stuff. And then I can't remember this other stuff. Did I get this stuff from you? Or was this something else? This is amber in the center. Amber's not going to feel cold. It's not going to feel heavy. And if I'm going to look under the table right now, I'm not going to turn all the lights off for the sake of you. But this does give me that kind of greenish yellow tone. In that cross. You know, I think now that I remember, I think I got this from a thrift store. Because I remember looking it up and finding a comp for it and thinking, oh my gosh, that's worth a lot of money. Same thing with this. This is sterling silver. I don't know if it was possibly, oh, it's onyx on the front. So that's on it. It should go up to 2. It did a second ago. Don't know why it's not now. Well, it did a second ago. Whatever. And I have a couple of these little rings. Little sterling silver things. Look at that. It's teeny little dolphin. He's going shoop, shoop, shoop. He's jumping. Isn't he a cutie? So cute. Okay, so there's all that. I hope this is interesting to you guys. Oh, you saw it go up? Okay. It wasn't cooperating. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the darn. I'm so annoyed about the machine. It makes me crazy. But I also know that I can't rely on it. That's not going to help me learn to rely on it. It breaking will hopefully force me to teach myself. I see Cindy's question above. Okay, hold on. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I saw her question earlier. I did. And I was just explaining to her that mostly I was just showing a haul. Not auctions at this moment, but I may have some auctions soon. Okay, let's see if y'all can get this one. Oh, yeah, I think you'll get that one for sure. Y'all can just type it in the chat. That's an easier one because it sound-wise matches more what it really is. Let's see if any of you get it. I'll let it sit there. And I'll give you a hint. Difficult running path. That's your hint. Okay, I'm getting down to the end of this box. And then we'll, if you're interested, you guys may not even be interested. I mean, I'm definitely not going to go and sell everything, but if there's a few things that you're interested in, or we can make tonight just a looking at stuff night. Look at this beautiful watch. I believe it's sterling silver and marcasite. And you don't often find a sterling silver watch. But I mean, meaning this is not sterling silver, but the band. I thought I saw marks somewhere. I can't remember where. Oh, up here. Right there. And it says, it literally says 925. The lighting is not great. Yeah, but half the time it's, you know, fake. So, but it's still pretty. I think it's pretty. No guesses on this, huh? It says obstacle course. Can you see it? Obstacle course. Obstacle course. You're like, this is a dumb game. I don't like this game. Look at these fun little earrings. They're not little. They're actually pretty big. Fun little orbit starbursts. These also say bow jewels on the back, I believe. Let me look at it close up. No, I lie. They say Sarah Coventry. But those are fun. Look at these luscious things. Look at those beauties. Get your sunglasses out, people. These are Weiss. There's your brand. There's the back. Aren't those just stunning? Gorgeous. We need somewhere to go. Don't we need somewhere to go? Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Love, love, love. Okay. Okay, you guys will get this one. You'll definitely get this one. This is a very interesting ring. It's almost like got the, like what Cat's Eye does. It's not, maybe it's a version of a cat's eye. I don't know. I might need Felicia to help me, but it's not tiger's eye. And then it's like a square ring. And then the top opens up into this little thing. Isn't that Hakuna Matata? Lulu. Yes, you got it. Hakuna Matata. Isn't that just so pretty? So look at the prongs there, how significant they are. I'm assuming this is a newer ring. Oh, there's something written in there. It says Jan Michaels, San Francisco. Maybe she's some designer in San Francisco. But it is one cool ring. I love it. Sort of odd it being square, but anyways, there's that. We've got another pair of some beautiful sparklers here. Some round. I don't see a brand or anything there. But aren't they pretty? Prong set, bigger and little stones. You got bigger AB ones, but then you've got those light blue, all prong set. We've got this cool bracelet. And I don't know what you call this when it's sort of like these ceramic pieces with gold on them. I'm sure there's some technique name. And you see that link, sort of book link-ish here at those connections. We've got a fold over clasp. But I don't know what that's called, but that's a really pretty bracelet, I think. Not sure what y'all think. It's 7 inches. And there's that. Oh, these are just gorgeous. Oh, I could just eat them up. Literally. It says Napier. Oh. More of a clear stone. But I love all that filigree within it. So pretty. And then I got these more like Kobashan Navettes in a pretty green. We've got some really unique clasp. I mean, like prongs there. I don't see a brand, but I'm sure I could probably. You want me to run these right here? Okay, let me look them up and see what I find about them. But I'm happy to. Do you have a necklace that matches them or something, Felicia? I bet you do. You probably have like a set. Oh, the Napier. So this one, correct? Do you have a set that goes with them? They're so pretty. I love them. Okay, let me take a quick picture real quick and just see if I can get any guess of value. Yeah, that was not beneficial. Let's not add to the search then. Just search it as it looks. Those look similar, but those are Vendome, not Napier. I really don't know a price point on them. They'd go with our AB glass beads or a spectacular iris glass beaded necklace. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're very neutral. And you just don't often see all that filigree just within it. Like you'll see the filigree back, but this like is intentionally coming out from behind it to kind of make it look like a tulip or, it's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to try a different strategy here, and I'm going to take a picture with my regular camera because sometimes that can give me a better picture. And then I'll enter that into I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't know if I'll get anything to come up. We might just have to pick a number out of the air. But I know I paid more for them. Goodness, I don't even know a start point. Can I either have you help me with that, or because I know you're going to be honest, or let me research it and then just send you it like via message and I could just enter it as a buy it now. Research and put it in the bin. Yes. Okay. But it'll probably be after the show tonight, but I will send you a message and say, okay, this is, and you know me, I'm not looking to make 10 times what I paid, but I know that I paid up for these a little, but I also just have no idea their value. And I just feel like there's something. They're really stunning. So I'm going to set them to the side. And when I get done with the show, I will do that and then text you. There's one. See if anyone gets that. Okay, this is all I got left. And I'm done. Done, done, done. You'll probably never guess this because it really is just playing with your words when the endings of some of the words connect with the beginnings of others. But here's your clue: what people call New York. I don't know if that helps. This is a beautiful pearl, stretchy, but just really well made. It doesn't stretch a lot, like intentionally. And the way it was made is like crisscross, these beads. I think the holes in these pearls are like on the corners of them. It's just a really neat bracelet. Super. Oh, it's just so cool. Definitely pearl. Yeah, it is the Big Apple. You got it. So that is looking at about 7.25, although it is a stretchy, but it's super nice. Love, love, love. And then we got a couple sets of earrings here. Look at these pretty things. These are listener. Aren't those cute? Little textured flower. So there's those. And then these are Napier. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those little stalks that stick up like in the marshes, those cattails or something. I don't know. That just reminds me of it. Yeah, these flower ones is that the ones you're talking about? I think those are fun. Really cute. Okay, here's a good one. Let's see if you can get that. Okay, we are almost through this. This is literally 14 karat gold pearl, little teeny pearl studs, pearl necklace, and a pearl bracelet, all little teeny teenies. It is on 14 karat gold. It's an 18-inch strand of pearls. You can see they're all kind of more that flatter shape. But they are, I mean, that's the thing about pearls is they're not going to all be exactly the same shape. There's definitely some variation. I'm stuck on Napier. You want to look at the Napier again? You want to look at them? I'll get them back out. I'm sure those would be much easier to look up. Or are you thinking about the first Napier, the sparkly ones? Because I think these are listener. But your brain is still thinking about these little friends, huh? Don't worry, you'll get them. They'll be yours. I just have to know what they are. They're stunning. Price those two, both pairs. I'm stuck on it. Price these, but then also that one. This one is listener. And not these, the cattail ones. I got it. Okay, so not these. Oh, so not these, but yes, the cattail. Okay, so these are Napier. And we call them the cattail ones. It's got like texture in them. And then the Napier mark is over here on the side, right there. Okay, yes, I sure will. I'll set those aside for you. Okay, this is what you would ask a child, any kid, all the way until they graduate from high school. this is a good one. Okay. Well, we're right at the end here. It's my last baggie. I mean, it's been ages since I will have looked at this, so heaven knows. Oh, you know what? All of this I bought, every ounce of what I'm about to show you, I bought off of District from sellers that could possibly be in this show right now. I know that I got these from Rachel. These were Hobey, really pretty Hobey earrings that I bought from her Ketchy or whatever the train was that we did, or that you guys did. I didn't do them. But those are pretty amazing, aren't they? I've never seen anything like those. But those are Hobey. So that was a fun buy. I think every single thing in this bag came from District people. How fun. So we got that. I think these two came from Marissa. I don't know if Marissa's still in the chat. The teal peacock. Both of those. I think this is probably pop metal. But they're pretty significant, bigger brooches. That one says BSK. Yes, Hobey. Yes, yes, yes. What else did I get? Can't remember who I got things from. I know I got this from Maria. And I got these from Maria. I think I got these from Wendy. I'm trying to remember. I think these are from Wendy. I don't know if she's out there in the chat. Did you finish your homework? You're on it. Woohoo! Good job. I don't know if Wendy's out there, but I want to say that these were also Wendy. Or this one might have been Marissa. I can't remember. But it had a bracelet with its, I think it's Whiting and Davis. It's marked right there. So it had mother of pearl bracelet with a ring that went with it, as well as earrings that look just the same. Wasn't that a cute set? I can't believe I'm ending this showing you all my District finds. Can't remember if that was Wendy. I can't remember which one that was. Okay. These came from Rachel. These cute little pins, these little people. I had to get them. They were just so cute. It's like they were made by somebody. Get the little detail on their faces and stuff. It's like made of clay or something. I don't know. But I think those were cool. So those were Rachel. Oh, goodness. I just got this Damascene. I can't remember if I got this from Rachel or Wendy. I don't remember. It's all jumbling in my brain now. I think I got this from Maria. Had a little safety chain, a little bit of wear, but it had all its beads. I thought it was pretty. And then I had these pretty little butterfly. I don't know why I'm missing the other earring. That's concerning that oh, there it is. Aren't those little pretty earrings? And I got a ladybug. I just don't remember who all from. I think I got this from Marissa. I'm pretty sure. Because I sew. So she had these sewing things that were cool to me. It was that cool old vintage sewing machine looking thing with a tape measure and a thimble and all that. It says Dan Craft. And then I also got this sewing one. I just thought they were fun. Not to sell, but just for me because I sew. Fun, fun. Okay. I can't get that in there, but I don't want to hurt it. I'll just leave it out for now. Oh, and I got some chickens. I think all of this was Marissa. That chicken. And then I loved this little bowl of fruit. I don't know. It's not a bowl of fruit, but it was just very sparkly and pretty to me. So I got those. And then the very last thing was this micro mosaic bracelet. So pretty. It did have Italy written on the back on one of them. Can't remember where. But anyways, it's very pretty. Now, where was the Italy written? I can't remember. But anyways, bet that glows. The little brooch. Okay. You think this one? Is that the one you're talking about? Let's try it. I'm going to do it under the table. No. Oh, well, no, it doesn't glow. It doesn't glow at all. But it is cool. Okay, so that's my super long haul. Woohoo! That took forever. That's only like literally scraping the surface of the stuff I have. But you see, I never list things or sell things until I show them. So now that I've shown all these, now I can like list them and do stuff with them. That's just my strategy because I want to be able to like show it somewhere on video, whether it's in the sale or and then those greenstones, surprise. Those greenstones, you're surprised that it doesn't. Yeah, no, it didn't. Whatever. But anyways, so honestly, I think the easiest way, I'm still going to be the girl that gives you good prices. You don't have to be worried that I'm going to go try to like scam you and charge $1 million. But the ADD in me can't process thinking about what I paid for something and then what the value of something is and finding a good starting point on an auction. So I'm happy to send any individual person a message on any piece of jewelry that they might be interested in. And I'll just send you it as a buy it now. And if you're interested, you can buy it. And if you're not interested, then you can not buy it. But you don't have to feel pressured in the middle of this live auction to ask about something and then me give you a price that's higher than you want and then you being stressed about it. And I don't want anyone to feel that way. So, does anyone else in the chat have anything that they wanted to, they were possibly interested in that they maybe wanted me to at least send them a buy it now kind of offer thing, whatever, because I could message that to you. So I definitely have bleaches here that I can do, but the red stone necklace and the gunmetal gray pierced hoop earrings. Okay. So the red stone necklace that was had the coral and the mother of pearl. Yeah, it was really, really nice. That one. And then the hoop earrings, I think you're asking about. So, yes, I can send that to you, Tiffany. Let me write this down so I know who I'm. So I can just, and you could. Now, I'm not saying I'm necessarily going to do 120, but I did find listings on there. This is sterling silver back there. I mean, it's significant. Where I just found the bracelet, and the bracelet comps just for the bracelet 5 thing was like saying 120. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do, but just know that it is definitely a significant piece. Okay, so I have those for, and let me find the earrings. Yeah, I definitely have to. The Kenneth J. Lane earrings are pretty cool. Like I didn't know that I had the Kenneth J. Lane ones, to be honest. So are these the earrings you're talking about? That Ripka or whatever? Oh, so you're thinking of a different red necklace. No problem. So, but were these the correct earrings? Yes, on the correct earrings, not the correct necklace. Okay. Yeah, it is stunning. Like this is just absolutely, oh my gosh, unbelievable. Let me see what other red necklace I had. I had the Murano bead red, but then I had the gemstone red. It was more like reddish orange. So I don't know if that's the one you meant. Let me see what else I had that was red. Oh, that one. Okay. This one, right? Okay. So yeah, I'll price that up and I'll send it to you. Not a problem. That price point's going to be way, way better. Okay. I got you. Okay. And then I got these for Felicia. And I'll work on that. It may be, if I don't send it tonight, I'll send it tomorrow. But I won't actually put it in my buy it now until you and I have spoken, and I'll be like, hey, like I know you're on your messaging, so I'll know tomorrow or even later. Okay. But I won't put it up on Buy It Now until I know that you are online on district, so we know no one else buys it. Does that make sense for both of you? So I will make sure that we're communicating like at the moment, and then I'll be like, okay, I just sent you the link to that, so purchase it right now so no one else buys it, kind of thing. But yeah, so that's great. So is there anybody else? I had fun just showing you guys all that stuff. I got lots of stuff to list. So a lot of it's eBay listings. I don't know how much of it is necessarily auction. I mean, some of them are auction level, but anyways, but that was great fun. So anyone else that, if you go back, if you end up watching this video and you're like, hey, I'd love for her to let me whatever about this necklace. Well, any of you can reach out to me and message me on District, even after this is over, and just say, hey, do you still have that blank necklace? Would you, normally I wouldn't, because I only just opened them, I didn't have them like priced and put up like I normally would as a pre-bid. It's just a little different. So anyways, I'll get those sent. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night. This is like my weekend, because after I do 4 shows in a row, like it's been for me, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, it's like my Friday. It's like my Friday. It's like I just hit the weekend. Does that make sense? So usually I'll like go to a movie, all that stuff. So anyways, you guys are awesome. And yeah, I'll be in touch. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. Bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you so much. Take care, guy. Bye. Bye, guys. Oh, I think I might stream into Brooke's mama. She's on. Let's raid her. Let's raid Colleen.